Basement Bookers Podcast.
What's up? It's your boys. Sorry, I'm just cracking up because we added a countdown to the beginning of the podcast just to get us going. And
It's got a good groove.
it's got like a groove and there's like a dance and all that stuff. And like I can see when he's doing stuff and I can see that I'm so anyway, what's up? It's Basement Bookers Podcast. Rich DeRiz, the current reigning defending champion of the basement, means you got more things right than I did. It's
That's what C means.
The last person to CM Punk get well as slowly and painfully as possible.
Heard that before.
And I'm Basement Chair. Together, Basement Bookers Podcast. We're gonna talk about wrestling. It's what we know. It's also what we don't know, as you may know. But sometimes we get things right. Okay, sometimes we get things wrong. Okay. Here we are together for one thing. Well, it's a couple of things, but mainly because this podcast also covers AEW. I don't know if you knew that. But the best Forbidden Door since the last Forbidden Door is upon us. This Sunday, right in our backyard over in Long Island, New York. Rich DeRiz.
That's right.
Is the Forbidden Door.
Out there. It is out there.
Is that the Prudential Center?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Scroll on my magic screen here, and it says the UBS Arena in Elmont, New York.
That's the one I meant. We're going to do the picks and predictions for that. Some kind of thing with that we do. And then I guess we can talk again after a week removed from the Wyatt Sick, as they're being called.
Mm-hmm.
Their debut. How'd that go? What was the follow-up? How we felt about it? And of course, probably before that, Smackdown, because we just finished Smackdown. We are fresh from the shocking conclusion. Not really to us, because there is an instant messenger exchange.
Yes.
Where I'm like, hey.
Facebook Messenger, not Instant Messenger.
That's
that was AOL.
AIM. We were on AIM. No, we weren't on AIM. But the olds. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is we were talking about it. And yeah, your boys, of course, were correct.
That's right. To be fair, you, Jerry, said, are they going to kill Paul Heyman? And I said, it's New York. Yeah.
And then there was part of was like, no, I don't want this, please. And I'm trying to cope with Rich. No, maybe this will happen. And well, they sent the cops after Cody, right? So
right.
Maybe don't do something about this, because it's not like they move fast. They're Samoans, like they're fast, but they're not like super fast, because their mass doesn't let them move faster than a lighter person. So really, anyone could have came down to stop this,
right?
But
anyone,
but
as
Wade
I
Barrett
pointed
could
out,
give a shit.
Yeah, Heyman has enemies.
Oh, yeah.
And both in Philly and here in New York and throughout WWE. So,
dude, I'm glad we're talking about this right now, because we're joking around and all that stuff, and I'm like, no, there's no way. I'm thinking, like, no way they sent Cody home in New York. They no way they had Cody, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. And they were there for like 5 minutes. No match, no nothing. There wasn't any adrenaline in their souls. So unless there was a dark match, which the only one I know about is R-Truth is Awesome Truth and Pretty Deadly. versus each other. We have an on-site correspondent over there.
That's right.
Um,
Friends of the podcast, Mike and Mike.
yeah, guess which one is which. That is the mystery. And email in comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you see so far.
That's right.
Let it be known that I am a little bit under the weather, but I am here for the Basement Bookers podcast because Forbidden Door is here. But that's not what this is about. Rich Torres, Paul Heyman did not acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief. They
Nope.
have somehow obtained the high chiefness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that they could be counterfeit. Like, and you could get that at any prop store because the only way they could get that, maybe like Solo got the keys and like the tribal chief was like, somewhere he couldn't have that on, and
Mm-hmm.
then he just took it that way. Like, there's no other way he could take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, like to get that off the tribal chief is you're gonna have to do some things you can't do.
Right. Got to be sneaky about it.
Yeah. And Heyman's got the stubble. He's
I
got
I
the
I,
tears in his
I think he didn't
eyes.
sleep. I think he didn't sleep.
I think he did sleep on purpose,
Yeah.
just to just like, hey man, are you all right? And I had the people checking him, like, you're gonna have to see the doctor. Are you using? Like, no, I didn't sleep. I'm method.
Yeah.
You
Give
know
give
what
him
I
give him
mean?
an
Don't worry.
Oscar or an Emmy or whatever they get. He
It doesn't
deserves it.
matter. I don't. First of all that stuff is meaningless.
Mm-hmm.
That's just things. We know, and they know. You know what I mean? They see and they feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's real. Like you care about this. Like there's more build up in this than there's in like the TV shows these days, man. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is a movie universe as well in a way, but they get obfuscated by the wrestling. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You like that's the distraction.
Mm-hmm.
That's in there. It's a part of it. The story in the match, but it's to look over here. What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Type of thing. You know what I mean? Or maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Absolutely. That's what keeps me. So there are two aspects of wrestling, right? It's the in-ring work, which we both love, and well, I think we all love, and it's the storylines, the plot, the things they make you feel with the acting, the performance. It's two kinds of performance, and it's Heyman's up there, man.
The fact that Paul Heyman is the most loyal soldier
Mm-hmm.
to the tribal chief,
Mm-hmm.
and he would not, like grown men, like just fold like Jimmy, but not Paul Heyman. And and this is going to be the catalyst that I said this accelerates things. So
Mm-hmm.
that means that Roman's coming back.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna say SummerSlam. Like
yeah.
if they do Cody versus Solo, like they're saying they're gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
and Roman shows up after the match after Solo loses.
Mm-hmm. Now, does he come back with his tribal chief music?
Yeah, because that's what everybody knows,
Okay.
and that's gonna just blow the roof off. Because that's the whole point. That's got to be something recognizable. You don't want it to be like who. You want it to be like,
No, 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 no,
oh, Jim.
no, no, no. See what I'm thinking? Bennett, 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 bun, bun, Dennett, Dennett.
No,
No.
no, no. Because that era's over. This is the tribal chief. The tribal chief is still the thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not done with this form. He's just going to be on this other thing that the layman,
Mm-hmm.
that's right, me, wrestling podcast guy in a hat. I know there is an infinite amount of us. However, in some realities, the facts intertwine and becomes booked truth. It becomes real. Some of us are correct. And I'm going to manifest this, that it's going to be this new thing, not some heel or babyface thing. It's going to be this tribal chief thing, this force.
Mm-hmm.
He's still on that. That's not over. The journey is still continuing. Now, the tribal chief must deal with the usurper.
Mm-hmm.
The usurper who's laid claim to his crown.
I think I've said it before. So if Roman comes back, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, we're gonna have Bloodline versus Bloodline. It's gonna be Solo's Bloodline versus Roman, the Usos, and if they're doing 4, I don't think they turn Rock face for this. So I don't know
I,
who their
I,
4th would be, unless they get Sammy.
I mean, that would be the move, but we have to see. I mean,
I think that would be great. Oh yeah, you'd have like Jimmy come and apologize to Sammy. You have Roman apologize to Sammy over the weeks. They try to win him over. Be like, listen, I know, we're sorry. Really drag it out,
what if?
and then to
All
Willie,
right.
won't he? Mm-hmm.
How about this? Even better. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready? Okay. So your idea, well, we've discussed this before. Sami Zayn, we've been brought up for this before. That's
Mm-hmm.
not we've so they still do it, but not like that. Will they? Won't they? But like Roman Reigns and who he has,
Mm-hmm.
they're outnumbered. And then it's like, who's going to help? Who would help these guys? Like, why? And then his music hits.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you don't need to do all that. Sometimes action is like, I get it. Like, I did bad shit too. Like, Sami Zayn's the kind of guy, it's like, I did bad stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And if but people didn't forgive me, who am I not to forgive you for what you did to me? That kind of thing. Like, he's that dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Sammy would help them. And you wouldn't even need to drag any of that out. Like, he saw you were in trouble.
Yeah, that's
You
another option.
know, you
Mm-hmm.
could do it that way. He makes the save,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like a hug or something.
And then ultimately,
Sami Zayn will hug a man.
yeah,
Roman Reigns
hugs.
got respect for people.
Yeah. And then ultimately that leads to face Roman versus heel Rock at Mania, which is what we were supposed to get last year, and they swapped it.
I mean, we'll see. The documentary's finally coming.
Hmm.
Was it Wednesday or Tuesday?
Finally, one of these days,
And
the
I swear,
documentary
it's
will
the
be
same
here.
graphic. It's the same graphic as the last time. It's
Mm,
that I thought it was the Wednesday
mm-hmm.
that they announced it.
Mm.
It's the same graphic. I'm like, they couldn't even make a different graphic for it. They used the same one they tricked me with before.
It's
Well, how am I
intentional.
going to trust this?
You see what they're doing in marketing now? They're using the Mandela effect in marketing
They're tricking
intentionally.
people.
Yeah,
You can't be tricking people. But
they're like,
who's
no,
not
we didn't
tricking
say that.
people is
We didn't
Solo
say that.
Sikoa.
Show me where we said that it was going to be that Wednesday, because we didn't
That's
say it, and then you just
no,
can't find it because they deleted it. It's gone. It's off their socials.
dude. You can't even trust Wikipedia, and people edit that stuff like two
Yeah, what was?
seconds after they need something changed.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
it was.
Anyway,
Yeah, like someone edited it from AEW from the event saying AEW Duck Dynasty, which is really the name of the event, but they just removed the word duck.
honestly, sometimes you have to stick to your convictions, regardless of what people think or feel about said title.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of titles, Braun Breaker is on a collision course with one Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
for the
Speaking of,
Intercontinental Championship.
mm-hmm.
This guy just goes around. Poor Ricochet, he's all gone now
Gone.
for an indeterminate amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
forever. And like his grieving widow has to be at ringside and announce Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing happened. What a professional.
She's a treasure.
Yeah, protect her at all costs. But look, dude, I got news here. We didn't even talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
But Kayla, she's leaving.
I know. I'm sad.
Our our bird, she is leaving the nest. She is a proud, she is grown, she has become a fixture here with us. Part of me, why you leaving? Who say you leaving? But she's leaving.
Mm-hmm. She gave us so many iconic moments.
By the time Paul Heyman comes back, she'll be gone.
I know.
Yes. Hey Kayla. And now we don't have Hey Kayla anymore. And now we don't have Kayla. What if that's the next move? She's gonna be on the podcast. They have a podcast, right? Maybe she'll join their team. You know.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, there we go. And then they can have their fun. I don't know what she's doing. That's
We can get
amazing.
a weekly. Hey, Kayla.
Yeah. And bonus episodes for subscribe. Well, I'm over here doing business for them. All right, listen. Don't don't worry about that stuff. Ignore that stuff. Don't listen. All right. So yeah, what do you think of that, Braun Breaker? You think he's gonna win the belt or what? I don't know, man. You
Man,
think excessive
it's
force will get him disqualified? What are we doing here?
that's a definite possibility and definitely on brand for him. But I think eventually he takes the title from Sammy. Yes.
Look, this is gonna be controversial, but eventually Rocky does get smashed by like someone who's not like him. Like that's not like that doesn't work like he does.
Hmm.
That doesn't work by the same rules like a human does.
Hmm.
And just looks like he's just doing what he wants. And it's just gonna be like brute force. And it's not gonna be like Gunter, where Gunter was just taking too long and giving just Sammy just enough time. He steps in there with Braun Breaker. He's not going to get enough time.
Hmm.
He's going to squash him. He's going to
Yeah.
destroy him. Like he
Be.
said, he's going to destroy him.
Hmm.
So if he doesn't, he's a liar.
Right. Beyond the power, that is a big difference between
Speed, the
Braun and
the, the
Sammy.
tank.
It's his explosiveness. How quickly he can build up speed.
Yeah,
So
that's the end of the journey, man. That's the end of his journey.
hmm so he can overall he can take the match at whatever pace he wants. If he needs to outquick Sammy, he will outquick Sammy every step of the way. 23 miles an hour he runs the ropes at?
Yeah, after
Insane.
SummerSlam, you're going to have Gunter as the world heavyweight champion.
Soon that will exceed the New York City street speed limit.
Yeah, they're
They're
lowering.
changing it
Did
to
you hear
20.
about that?
I did. They're dropping it to 20.
I guess people are acting a fool.
All I know is doesn't mean a damn thing if it's not enforced. So
That's right, Richard. We all know how much you love traffic, and that's why our next sponsor, traffic.com Traffic Cones, is looking for customers like you, and this made up product. If you go there somewhere now, you will receive 20 basement dollars, which is, it's not money, it's not real, it's nothing really, it's just made up, but it's yours. And inflation, regardless, does not affect it. We all know that. That's the truth.
hmm
So you can get that just, somewhere. Anyway, back to the show. See, I did it. I took that and I made it into something.
There you go.
Um, what else is something, Rich? There is now. Let's talk about this briefly, of course, because we still got to talk about double your money or nothing.
That's
But
right.
right now, Forbidden Door, the best Forbidden Door between the last Forbidden Door. You know
Hmm.
what I'm talking about. You heard the thing. You read the stuff. You're gonna see it on the thumbnail. It's gonna say it. I'm gonna actually put it down there. I'm gonna put a logo right there, and it's gonna say that. So, boom, there it is. Forbidden Door, best Forbidden Door since the last Forbidden Door.
That's right.
Not putting that last part though, just Forbidden Door, not
Hmm.
that last part that I put there. All right. Well, it is time. I guess they're giving me the green light to do Forbidden Door this Sunday from the UBS centralization up in New York, somewhere. Now, the first match on the card is a 0 hour match. And it includes Rich Perez, Willow Nightingale, Tam Nakano. Did I get that?
Yes.
Versus Chris Statlander and Momo Watanabe. I got that too. Nice, nice. That's a 6:30 Eastern time, 3:30 Pacific. Specifically, I've got Chris Statlander to win this. What do you got there, buddy?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Chris and Momo. They got Stokely in their corner. It's going to be some kind of shenanigans.
Stokely all the way. You can't lose with Stokely.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah. All right. Now on to the next one. We got Rich. I was letting you do this one to introduce
Ah,
these ladies, these
yes.
lovely
We
ladies.
have Mariah May with Timeless Tony Storm, Luther, and Mina Shirakawa in her corner versus Saraya with Harley Cameron and Anna Jay.
Now,
I would love to be in either of those corners, I honestly.
well, in one corner, you have to compete with Luther.
I don't think I'd have to compete. I'd just be like, hey, Luther, turn around.
I'd be worried about Luther watching me. You know what I mean? So I'd want
Is
to go the
he.
path with least resistance.
So you think Luther wants to go through the forbidden door?
I'm not. Honestly, I can't speculate on. I really shouldn't speculate on Luther. He's a rather large individual. Like
Mm,
the Kingpin's also a large individual, and he can give Spider-Man a hard time.
that's right.
And Spider-Man's way stronger than I am, brother. He
Hmm.
was bit by radioactive Spider-Man.
Hmm.
So I've got to say I think it's gonna be Soraya. I think maybe Tony Storm doesn't really help her friend out enough,
Hmm.
and maybe that'll factor into what happens later on. Question mark?
I think
Or it
that's a
could be
good
the
call.
opposite.
I think that's a good call. I'm also going with Saraya. By the way, this is a women's Owen Hart tournament first round match. So I'm also going with Saraya.
So, Rich Torres, let me ask you,
Hmm.
who do you think is going to walk away with the women's Owen Hart Cup?
I am not even certain who's in it, but let me take a look right now. I can look that up. So
I really didn't mean for this to happen.
Willow to 2024. Okay. So Willow and Chris have already advanced to the semifinals. Hikaru Shida is waiting for the winner of Mariah May versus Saraya.
Oh, they're really dragging this shit out.
The finals are going to be on Dynamite July 10th.
Okay, I
The
will
week
be
bef-
there.
the week before that is a Dynamite Beach Break. That's where we're having
Beach
both semifinal
breaker.
matches. So Will Nightingale versus Chris Statlander at Dynamite Beach Break. Nightingale qualified by pinning Serena Deeb.
I mean, she's doing that's what you do when you're at that stage of the game. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. That's life.
Okay. And Chris Statlander beat Nyla Rose to qualify.
As
Uh,
she should.
Hikaru
Bullied
Shida.
Nyla Rose, I might add.
Hikaru Shida beat Deonna Purrazzo to advance.
Okay, what's wrong with that? I guess you don't like that? You seem to be voicing
So
great displeasure in this. Comment below if you
it's
feel Rich
common.
the Riz has well, if you know, then.
Yeah, it's well known on this podcast. I'm not a fan of Hikaru Shida. I like Deonna Purrazzo a lot. I like Serena Deeb a lot. I wish Tony Khan would just let us book.
Rich the Riz, if we just had one chance, one opportunity, that I think you could do it.
Thank you.
And I will definitely back you up with an idea so crazy. It can't even be made because it's illegal, probably.
What?
I don't know. I made it up.
I have the men's here also. We'll discuss that when we get a little bit later
That's
in the
great,
card.
Rich the Riz, because I think whoever wins this match is winning the whole damn thing. That's my opinion
Wow.
because it's a fact. And what's a fact? It's this next contest, match number 3, Rich the Riz. We have Dos Ingobernables de Japón. Is it Yeah.
Hapon?
Versus the Lucha Bros. I had to make this myself. Can you tell?
Nope, not at all.
I made sure everybody was at their most strangest, as you
Hmm.
could tell.
Mm-hmm. I love how Penta's just Penta.
And imagine they're all just standing there in the street, and that's what they're looking at you like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, buddy, like, what's
Mm-hmm.
going on? All right. I've got the Lucha Brothers because those other guys scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, Lucha Bros and Mystico, which is, as we all know, the original Sin Cara.
That's right, Rich there is. And
Let's hope
this
he
next,
doesn't. Let's hope he doesn't break his pinky again and have to leave the match.
oh my God,
I
bro,
don't know
you
what a
don't
broken
know
pinky
what
feels
kind of
like. I'm sorry.
excruciating pain that could probably be, right? Like, unless you've experienced it yourself,
I have not.
knocking wood there. I suggest you shut the fuck up about that. Watch this look like, hey man, you got a problem with pinkies? YouTube comments. You upset that guy.
Hmm.
All right. So I don't know if you could tell if this one was also made by me. I've got Forbidden Door TNT Championship match. Of course, I made this myself, so they could all be at different stages of their career that have nothing to do with now. But I
Mhm.
definitely made sure that Jack Perry, he had the scapegoat, so you know it's him. And he's
Mhm.
also my pick to win this match, actually.
Mhm.
What about you, Rich Torres? Who do you think it's gonna be?
Jack Perry is a good choice. Honestly, Mark Briscoe is a really, really good choice here, but I think it is going to be the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita taking the TNT title home.
Oh my God! Finally, finally! Like he's been needing something, and
Yeah.
this gold could be the one thing to be like, oh, maybe he is a big deal because
Hmm.
so far, you know what I mean. He's won some great matches with people,
Hmm.
but it's like maybe you give him a belt,
Right.
and his pants are gonna fall off.
Yeah.
And how could he walk with his pants around his ankles like that?
Just can't do it.
What are we doing? Come on, guys, forget about it. All right,
Can't do it.
so this next contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is Timeless Tony Storm, your my AEW Women's World Champion versus Mina Shirakawa, who's also quite lovely, probably. She seems like she's a nice person.
Hmm.
Woo! Rich Torres.
Timeless.
That's right. Me too, buddy. There's no doubt about it. This is the Timeless One's home. She is a guest of the Basement Bookers podcast. And that's where she belongs. And I say, let's not waste any time.
Watch for the shoe.
That's right, Rich there is. Next match. Mercedes Monet, who it does not look anything like Sasha Banks. They're not, I just don't understand the confusion. Title for title against the New Japan NJPW Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Vakur. Is that how you say it?
Probably.
And it's title for title, dude. Title for title. We might have to spend some time on this. I don't think Mercedes Monet's ego allows her to lose this match.
Hmm.
So I gotta say, just because she was in a bullshit, shitty Star Wars TV show, Mercedes Monet is gonna walk away with the Strong Women's Championship, probably.
I thought that was Sasha Banks.
No, because I saw an interview. Mercedes Monet was talking about being in the Mandalorian.
Oh, maybe she was her stunt double.
All right, maybe I don't know, but I'm just going by what I hear in the interview.
Yeah, like a lot of people are mixing those two up, so that's probably the case.
Honestly, I don't want to say why. Gets thrown around a little too much, and I don't do that here. Okay, this is a great place. Okay, this is a great place. The Basement Bookers podcast is a great place. It's tremendous. Now,
Great.
great.
Huge.
Not no, not huge. No, that's not true.
Hmm.
Modestly sized, just enough for comfort. That's the Basement Bookers podcast.
Right in your forbidden door.
That's right, Rich the Risen. That's a perfect segue to our next match.
I have Mercedes also, by the way.
That's right. Of course you do. God damn it. Is I don't know if you could tell, but I made this too. So,
No, that is Joe all day, every day in real life.
dude, I think I got to put that on the thumbnail. That's got
I
to be
love
up
it.
there.
I love it.
So this is a 3-on-3 match.
Hmm.
It's Chris Jericho, the For the World champion, as I keep saying he is, and I was right. Big Bill, what's the other guy's name?
Jeff Cobb.
And Jeff Cobb, along with the little
Brian
guy,
Keith.
Ryan Keefe. And together they are going up against Samoa Joe. Look at him. That's
Hmm.
him right there to a T.
Hmm.
Hook and Shibata. Rich Perez. Why is the winner Samoa Hook connection with a side of Shibata?
Man, I mean, like this is a tough one to call. I think you don't have Joe Hook and Shibata lose. Also, I think there's going to be some sort of distraction or something, some kind of hiccup, probably between Jericho and someone.
Brother, I think there's no way to hurt Christopher Jericho.
Hmm.
You know, he takes a loss, however it happens, you know,
Hmm.
and this Samoa Joe and Hook thing's got to do something.
Yep.
It's working. So,
Hmm.
and they can continue on if they want.
Yeah.
Why not? You don't have to just finish it there.
Hmm.
So, let's not sit on ceremony. This one not made by me. I don't know if you could tell by how professional it is, but
Mm.
Orange Cassidy, Zack Sabre Jr., a match I never thought in a million years would happen. But here we are. Zack Sabre Jr. having to wrestle Orange Cassidy and probably has to put over Orange Cassidy. I'm going to go with Orange Cassidy on this one. I got no dog in this fight. And even though me and Orange Cassidy, we go way back, I understand what it's like to lose friends. So I know he's in he's in a dark place and he needs friends now. So Basement Chair, Orange Cassidy's your friend for this pick.
I feel like it's. I also feel
Don't
like
let me
Orange
down.
Cassidy is going to win this. I feel like Orange Cassidy versus a New Japan guy. They're going to put Orange Cassidy over. Now,
Absolutely.
Tony
Absolutely.
Khan, why the fuck would you put Orange Cassidy over Zack Sabre Jr.?
Because he really likes Orange Cassidy. He's like his favorite.
It's Zack Sabre Jr.
I
Okay,
think he just
uh,
thinks he's really cool. Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
go on record and say,
Qualify for Money in the Bank. Yeah.
yeah, if Bryan Danielson didn't have a match on this card, and Will Ospreay didn't have a match on this card, this would be match of the night.
Really?
Yeah, because we know Orange Cassidy can go, and he can make it entertaining in the
No.
process.
No. No. No.
You
No.
gotta admit it. You
No.
gotta admit it. We've seen him do it.
No. No.
So I'm saying
No.
this is going to
Backpack
be one.
championship. No. No.
This would be one of the top 3
No.
matches on the card, and
Okay. All
I'm
right.
really looking forward to this.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something, brother. Peacock's not charging me $49.99.
That's
All right, so
fucking right, Tony Khan. Fix it.
you gotta
Get
fix
on.
this shit.
Get on a damn thing, not Bleacher Report.
No, like I don't know,
Don't cancel us,
HBO
Bleacher Report.
Max. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'll get that. Like, all right,
so many more people.
dude.
You'll get more revenue from charging a fifth of the price.
Too many more people. Too many more people. There's gonna be so many more people. Just do it. It's the move. All right. Well, let's move on. We have a lot of show to go. Jesus, so many matches. All right. Anyway, you can't have a Forbidden Door without me going. God, there's so many matches. You gotta have me do that.
Mm-hmm.
John Moxley, another card carrying member of the Bald Club.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of it. Looking good. Dad Moxley, as he wants to be called, versus Tetsuya Naito. This is, of course, for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I think Naito gets it back to Moxley, gets it back from Moxley, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
and goes home, and everybody's happy.
I'm on board with that. I think this is a good time to take it back off of Mox, get it back in New Japan. Go. Mox will
Yeah,
be back.
Mox, he'll come back probably in some blood feud with someone, maybe a young buck. I don't know.
Maybe he'll just fight razors in the ring. Just roll around in glass.
Dude, don't tempt him with a good time. Okay.
That's like Mox porn.
Oh my God. I have to go through this later, and I gotta wonder, like, what's gonna get us demonetized.
Mox porn? You
Nope.
think
Don't
Mox
you
porn?
comment. Don't you stop saying the word. Stop saying the word. It's like when you say the word, like it gets picked up by the machine elves. So at least, God, it's fine. It's fine. What are you talking about? What are we talking about anyway? Like I just saw the words and I just took them out. I plucked them out with the
Delete.
yeah,
Delete.
just like
Delete.
that. What am I talking about? I made it worse. It's fine. All right. So you're also in agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Now this next match, I know you're very excited about it,
Scheduled for one fall.
dude. Only one fall, and brother, let me tell you something. The next few matches also one fall to a finish.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Tell you about that. And prediction: no one's gonna have a problem with any of the finishes. They're all gonna be great. And
Mm-hmm.
everything's going to be like a bajillion stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one's going to say anything bad about it
Mm-hmm.
because it will be the best forbidden door since the last forbidden door. Don't you ever forget that because that's the truth. MJF versus, You said it. You read it.
Hechicero.
There we go. Thank you, Rich the Riz.
Very
I
welcome.
have like a disability where I can't read words, and
Oh,
that I just couldn't get that there. But
oh,
he looked up how it sounds on Google.
I did. I had to.
He
I wanted to make
studied.
sure. Like now, habla español poquito, but not my first language pretty clearly. So I wanted to make sure.
I wanted to be careful because like I'm in a funny time right now. I'm feeling funny. I don't
Hmm.
want to offend anybody. So I got to get my expert out there. He's got to do the thing. He's got to get out there and earn his keep.
And the
I've
man
got
on the Google
MJF
Street.
because he didn't like make me question myself when I tried to read a man's name.
Yeah.
Look, it might sound personal,
MJF. Yeah.
but MJF is the guy here
Hmm.
for whatever reason. He's the guy,
Yeah. Yeah. It's MJF.
and apparently he's wrestling Danny Garcia at Wembley. That's his first match back after this one, anyway. And
Okay. Hmm.
it's not just that. Danny Garcia has a title match against Will Ospreay, bruv, on Dynamite for all the titles. If Ospreay, because Ospreay's under the assumption that he's gonna beat Swerve on Sunday,
Mm.
so he said he sweetened the pot, bruv, and beat all the gold. Now my
Okay.
question is, it's gonna kind of be messed up when like Swerve wins all the gold, right? Because
Yeah.
is it title for title with them?
Is Osprey a champ? Because it just
Yeah,
says singles match for the.
he's the international champion. That's
Oh,
why he
okay.
offered Daniel Garcia a title match in the first place.
Well, currently, as of this recording, it just says that it's for the AEW World Title.
Oh, so Osprey could win and then have both. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So Osprey could have both, but Swerve won't become international champion.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Swerve wins this. Spoiler alert. But
Yeah.
okay, we don't have to discuss that because we kind of did. So
Right. Just throw the graphic up at some point.
we will if you want. All right. So this next one I didn't make myself. It's blurry as fuck because it's the best I could find. If you can make it out, congratulations. This is the Acclaimed and Hiroshi Tanahashi, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Versus the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So whoops, what are we making of that there? I'm thinking the Elite
Yeah.
because sure, fine, I guess.
Yep. Elite go over
Excellent.
because they run the shit.
All right, and now we're gonna have the long-awaited. Oh my God, bro! When I tell you, bro, ever since wrestling was a thing,
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to see Bryan Danielson wrestle. Let me tell you something, okay? I've always wanted to see him wrestle Shingo Takagi. All
Mm-hmm.
right. I hope I said his name right, but awesomely, dude. No, honestly, I didn't mean any of that. I don't know. Like, I didn't get the video package. I didn't get the backstory. As a wrestling podcaster and a hat and headset, mind you, on my expert opinion as a wrestling podcaster and a hat and a headset, I gotta give this to Bryan Danielson.
Same. And this also is a men's Owen Hart first round tournament match. The winner of this match will face Pac, who beat Claudio, to get to the semifinals. And there is also that match happened in Beach Break. Also, Jay White beat Ray Phoenix to advance to the semifinals. Jay White is waiting for the winner of Jeff Jarrett versus Wild Card. Now,
Can a
timing on
woman
things.
enter a men's Owen Hart tournament?
I feel like for this particular tournament, they wouldn't do that since there is a women's version.
Damn.
I wonder, given timing, certain things happening, if a wild card might not be a certain Dijakovic.
I thought it would be like Natalia. That would be cool.
I mean, that would be great, but she'd have to win.
She would win though, wouldn't she?
Well, she'd beat Jarrett. She'd beat Jay White.
Of course. She's more like tougher than him.
I'll tell you what, Natalia versus Pac and Natalia versus Brian Danielson
That's
are like I want to see both of those matches.
you know what, man? She's probably not getting past Pac though. Because I see Brian Danielson, Brian Danner Banderson winning the whole thing. Like I think what I'm gonna do is I think the winners, whoever they are of these matches, win the whole thing. Except this guy. This guy's not winning the whole thing. But everybody else, but yeah, if Daniel Bryan wins, Brian Danielson, Daniel Danielson, he's gonna win the whole thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That sounds like a thing he'd want. Be an Owen Hart Cup guy.
Yeah, definitely.
He'd have his name on the cup.
Mm-hmm. That would be great. And yeah, I think let me see both finals. Yeah, both finals are on the July 10th episode of Dynamite.
Well, good luck to everybody in their future endeavor. That being the wrestling. And now, of course, officially, because I got the graphic, Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay. I think Ospreay underestimates Swerve Strickland. You know, he went out there, he's all cocky and under the assumption that it would be him that will walk away the AEW World Champion. And I think Swerve needs like a legitimate win like this because if you think about it, that title is the secondary title.
Yeah.
So Will Ospreay is the second best wrestler on the roster, and he's beating him.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't elevate him, but then it's like, what's next after that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Who is Ospreay after he loses? He's still Ospreay, and he still has the belt.
Mm-hmm. He's still the international champ.
I think it's gonna be Swerve.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be doing that. They're gonna be like this, and then they're gonna do the thing all day. And
well, isn't that just
like,
how people from Long Island drive anyway? They swerve.
I don't know. I don't assume anything about my Long Island listeners, so I try not to offend Rich Riz because as a champion such as yourself, I noticed that you uppercase seat there now.
That's right.
I think you caught on to my passive aggressive thing.
I did.
Yeah, well, here we are. Listen, the point is, just like Swerve, you underestimate me. You underestimate me, and I don't underestimate you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, when it's all said and done, son, look at me. When it's all said and done, boy, I'm walking out with that championship. Daddy's getting his championship back. I reckon you ain't gonna do nothing about that, son.
Nah, bruv. I think I'm keeping it. I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to this, baby. It's my time. It's my time.
I'll get that belt. Don't make me get the belt. I'll get that belt.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm gonna get you. I want to get you. You can't play psychological mind games with me, brother. I'm hungry. I haven't slept. Look how tired I am. No championship. I can't sleep, Rich Riz. Every time I do go to sleep, I see my belt. And it's like right there, right? But as soon as I get my hands, it moves further back. And then I'm like, I'm doing it again. And then I'm back where I started. And no matter what I do, as I'm about to touch it, it's just not there. It's moved further away. It's crazy. You don't understand what's being done here to me. This is the destruction of an otherwise sane, logical human being. You're torturing me, but that's all right because I'm going to win my championship back. That's how much it means to me. See? Intent. That's important when setting up stories. You want to have like what is the motivation? Like, why do I care if this guy gets better than the other guy? Because there's a story somewhere in there. This this means maybe this doesn't mean much to you, but something like this means something to you. Like you know this feeling. So that's what's good in stories.
Mm-hmm.
He says to no one in particular. Because I, a basement booker, a podcaster with a hat and a headset, I'm telling you, am an expert because of these qualifiers. And I also have a co host who is among many bald headsetted wrestling podcasters, probably.
That's right.
There's a lot of us.
There are.
But together, we are few. But together, we are legion. So I hope you like Forbidden Door. I know I'm not going to really like it because I'm a curmudgeon. And they actually really do good matches. I'm just fucking around. So
Yes.
Um, that's what it's gonna be. Like Tony Khan, like he says he books for the sickos,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's just as long as the wrestling's as crazy, it's just like it's booking for the live crowd.
Yeah.
Which is like you can't blame them because like people like things for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So it is look at all these matches you're getting. You know, maybe that's good value. You know, that's a lot. It's a lot of time.
Yeah. Booking
But
for the live crowd, like having the police drive Cody away, but not come out to save Paul Heyman's life.
now I know you do this to upset me because I already mentioned it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's such bullshit. Like, don't introduce this
Mm-hmm.
that you actually do care. I don't want any chaos.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a performer. He could have been eliminated from Fortnite.
Yep.
Like, make it make sense. I'd like a little consistency. Don't do it if you're not just come up with another thing.
They might have sent Paul Heyman back to the Ultimate Lobby.
Like maybe it's because like obviously all this got these guys in advance, I guess. But you think
Could
the
be.
bloodline's not gonna just do anything? You know what I mean? Like you don't know you don't understand these savages? Like what are you doing?
Maybe Aldis is on the take.
I think Aldis is trying to get on my stooge list with Pierce. Cause like I thought that Aldis wanted to be the best GM
Mm-hmm.
in the history of SmackDown. I saw that somewhere in a tweet. You're letting me down, bro, because you have inconsistent storytelling here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least attempt to get somebody down there. You
Yeah.
waited until they had him in the air. Like, why? Ah,
Oh, a couple of the refs came out like as they were dragging Heyman's carcass over towards the announce desk.
look, I'm just upset, all right? It affected me emotionally because I care about the character.
Yeah.
So you see, if you care about the character, it makes it so you're more invested. When you feel like you're more invested, it's like, oh shit. You know, because then it makes the things that come later like, yeah, you fucking get his ass for what he did. With what he
Mm-hmm.
did to the Wiseman, he bullied him, he hurt him psychologically, and then he physically like destroyed him with these thugs,
Mm-hmm.
these hooligans walking around with the bloodline label. disrespecting everything that the tribal chief has built.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to lay down the law. The usurper. Anyway, that's my vibe. That's how I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's the magic of wrestling, bro. It takes you on a ride.
That's right, Rich Torres. And we basement booked our way into a corner on the way
Yes,
out
we
of here,
have.
brother. Thanks for everybody before Rich Torres does that thing he likes to do. Thank you. I know there's so many podcasts. The whole point with the joke with the hat and the headsets, like I know there's a lot of wrestling podcasts out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they say this probably, but you guys are the best. You're the best subscribers of any subscribers of other podcasts because you've been in here for this journey. You know, the duct tape, you know, the polishing up of the anyway, we polished it up really nice. And we know you could do anything really, but you don't ask much. And when you do, you come around, you know, and we're thankful for that. I just wanted to say that because I think people need to say that more to people who like, you know, subscribe and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
I agree. Thank you all for spending your time with us, listen to our opinions. Let us know what you think down below about the Forbidden Door, the whole Bloodline scenario, the Wyatt Six, anything else you want to talk about and or you want us to talk about. Comments down below. The Patreon has all our social media, so you can contact us that way as well, including our email. And Jerry's got a party message.
Look, I'm not condescending on purpose. All right. I was just trying to be funny. Okay. I think Forbidden Door is going to be the best Forbidden Door since the last Forbidden Door. And the match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the book.